card up my... Leave in my chest, up my nose, up me... Well, everywhere. Let's trade.
Globes as you can into the hole in order to lower the ladder and get to you go.
Vigilante for hire. Freelance police for hire.
Heard any good ghost stories lately? Heard any good ghost stories lately? Only
Everywhere. Let's trade.
Have you found him? Have you found my guiding star, my prince? A letter? Let me see. Dear, oh, he calls me dear. And then he goes on to say that the longer we were married, the more I became just a reflection of him, and he a reflection of me. He goes on to say that I'm not the woman I fell in love with, and he's not the man he used to be either, and that we both deserve better. We deserve to be full people. He then says this isn't healthy, that he needs to find time apart to rediscover who he is, and he hopes I do the same. Oh no, he's gone, and he's not coming back. I've lost everything. Other fish? Like, those would interest me. But then again, maybe all hope isn't lost. Maybe if I did what he said, if I try to figure out who I am when I'm by myself, if I rediscover who I used to be and truly am and break free of obsession and idolatry and become a fully realized person again, then maybe he'll take me back. Exactly! It's the only way forward. Let me give you this. It's a red band. I was going to give it to him, but I want to give it to you instead, for all your help. And when you look at it, you can remember me and him and us.
Oh dear. Well, even had helped a lovesick woman realize she was worth more than just idolatry. And the red thread she'd been given must have a use somewhere, right?
Raise the stakes with a new card. Benny's got what he needs.
I can't. What? No, I'm pretty sure.
Ah, you've returned, young one. How does fate find you today? Excellent. But without the blue thread, the fates cannot be intertwined as they must.
Not on my watch, Nanny.
You think she's here?
I think probably in disguise. She could be anyone, anywhere.
You'd better watch out yourself. That dice you've got could get you some...
Unwanted.
Hello there. That's a fine dice you've got there. Reminds me of QB. Oh, hi. I did. It seems like a lifetime ago. Me and QB. She was my dice. We did everything together, fought for people too. Not like heroes, but we did good where we could. It was a good life, and then the No Dice War came to town, and there was a big climactic fight at the Quarterstone Arena, and, you know, we rolled a... Oh, and we lost. And afterwards, I couldn't face that. Face her. I don't know. I couldn't face anyone. Couldn't face myself. And QB, she knew me better than anyone else. So looking at her was like looking at myself, you know. She knew how much I'd lost. And I just couldn't be with her anymore. After that, QB and I went our separate ways. I thought so often trying to find her, but as time went on, it just seemed bigger and bigger until there was simply too much to apologize for. And so I never have. No, I couldn't. I can't. You'd better watch out yourself. That dice you've got could get you some unwanted attention. How? Find QB, enter the arena and win the fight I never could. It'd only be a symbolic victory anyway. The Queen's too strong now. But But it would be a black eye for her. Yes, she hates people messing with her rules. If you could win that arena fight, that would put a smile on my face. You know, I don't even know your name, but I like your attitude. And if you do decide to face that arena, then I wish you luck.
Our game arena is now ready for new challengers.
I've never been to the Soothsayer District. People disappear in there. They must have perished.
Your house of cards will never fall down when you've built it with Manny's help. I've got cars to trade. Don't you want to follow suit? I know you do.
No. That's not what happened. Let's try this again.
We are nearing the final round. The ball game is about to end. all the enemies and the board game ends.
Oh, I've got cars to trade. Don't you want to follow suit? I know you do. All bets are off when you've got a new card from old Manny Dex. Yes.
Have you won the fight? And you're here, and you're alive, so clearly you won the fight, which is incredible. The Queen's reaction when she finds out, oh, this brings a huge smile to my face. How'd you do it? Oh no. No. My poor little girl. I should have been there for you. She was always the best of us. I should be more like her. I'm going to bury her. I'm going to give her peace, and then I'm going to make peace with my own past too, you know? I can't forgive myself for my mistakes, but I can learn from them. That's what she would have wanted. Not for me to be sad, but to celebrate our friendship, to celebrate what it stood for. Here, I want you to have this. A friendship bracelet that QB made for me once. I think she would have wanted you to have it. I don't need blue thread to remind me of what we shared. She lives in me now, and if I could give you some advice. The bond you and your dice share, it's important, and the friendship will define both your lives. Don't let anyone keep you apart. You belong together. Even had brought closure to the old dice wielder, and in doing so, given him new motivation for his future. The blue thread in her hand seemed to pulsate with warm magic. It was oddly comforting, actually.
All bets are off when you've got a new card from old Manny Dex. Esquire. Here, mate, let's trade cards. Sometimes I feel like it's my sole purpose in life.
Ah, you've returned, young one. How does fate find you today? Let me see, young one. Ah, the purple thread from your enemy. You have a dice, and you have to decide what you'll do with that power. And you saved someone who'd done you harm, didn't you? Oh, it seems to me, at least in that moment, you thought everyone might deserve a second chance. And this blue thread from the two friends. Not a happy story there, with a friendship and a dice both dead. But there's some joy in it, too, isn't there? The old dice wielder made peace with his past, and in doing so, found a new motivation for the present. And this red thread from the woman in love. One can never fully depend on someone for one's own happiness. Isn't that true? We can't lose ourselves in someone else. We have to be our own people, no matter how much we idolize someone. Well, enough of that. Let's see what happens when these threads combine. Ooh. Ah, look at that. How beautiful it is when the weave comes together. You're a long way from one town, young one. You are lost, but you haven't realized yet that your story goes on whether you care or not.
Look, I'm glad you like your rug, but I'm really just looking for someone named Uma.
If you are so certain that is what you want, look here. Closer.
But it's just a rug. I don't see anything.
Sometimes, to see things as they truly are, we must look within.
Long ago, in the land of Random, there was a wonderful witch and a terrible queen. And everyone had a dice with which they could control their destinies. The witch, with her magical dots, gave every dice tremendous power. It was chaotic, but fair. Horrible, but beautiful. It was life. But sometimes there were disasters. One day, a new queen came to power, and she decreed her dice should be the only one. The queen hunted down all the dice in Random, tearing them from their wielders. It was a war, and she won. But still, she was not satisfied. She turned against the witch. So desperate was this queen to find and control the secret valley from which all dice came. The queen destroyed Forberg, searching for her, but the wonderful witch was clever, and she escaped to her dice's valley, shrouding her way behind her. To this day, the witch stays hidden, and the queen searches for any sign of her, for they both know she will one day return and help the dice wielders do the same.
I am Uma. You are evil. I'm sure you have many questions. Your kind is so small, and your lives so short, it does sometimes feel silly to learn them. In the before times, I produced the pips for the dice of old. Every dot on them came from me, and it gave them great power. There were many of us then. The Queen killed us all except me, because I hid for years, decades, And now you dare to disturb me. Did I? You are worthy of keeping some of my children. That's you, Dicey. If only to cause that horrible queen some headache. She hates that there's another dice in random, and I love it. Only if you believe her to be. What is it you want? You and she are like two dots on a dice, but it's yet to be seen if you share a face. You've been having dreams even, but they only show you part of the future. Dreams and destiny are woven together, but all is not as it seems. The last dice has not yet been rolled. Even I, the last of my kind, cannot give you what you want, even Dicey. Remember who you are, and remember. Sometimes you have to lose your way in order to find your way. I will give you the dots you and Dicey need. Your eyes are closing. Your eyes are opening.
Thank you, Uma.